Cancer, welcome. Thank you for dropping in with me today. You really have the angels coming in strongly for you. So we're going to be working with the Angel Tarot to get a baseline for your read. And then we're actually going to bring in the Archangel Tarot cards for doing any further clarification. So I just feel this energy very much around you at this time. So pay attention, notice synchronicities, especially ones. Just as I said that, we had 101 come in, okay? This makes me think of Highway 101 back in Northern California, where I'm from. So sending a little love out to that part in the world. Maybe some of you are tuning in and hearing this read while you're driving on the 101. All right. We are going to be bringing this in for any significant Cancer placement, or if you have a prominent fourth house placement. Likewise, if you are a Capricorn rising, that makes you a Cancer descendant. So you might find resonance with this read. Let's just dive right into it and see, what does Cancer need to know at this time? What is coming on through for Cancer? All right, we're ready to go. We're ready to go. Bottom of the deck, Four of Swords. Mission protects against slander and impious people. There could be a Leo involved in this situation. You could be born on the Cancer-Leo cusp. You may be very frustrated with a particular situation. Isn't that interesting? It's like the lights just came on in the room, okay? Something is really coming to the forefront in this situation. I think that you're frustrated. It's been going on for a while. You've been just dealing with people, just purposefully creating problems where there doesn't need to be any. I think you're a little fed up with it. I also feel like you think it's very childish, like it's just uncalled for, unnecessary. I think you kind of pulled your energy back from this situation, and some people that were really just stirring up too much drama in your life, and you're not about that. I really felt this very calm, peaceful energy when I started to tap into the Cancer collective. So I feel like you've recently extricated yourself from this, and you're just now in a place where once you drew your energy back from that, you started to realize just how good it feels to be untangled from all of that. Okay. I also feel like you have a lot of protection around you. And for those of you that are working with angelic energy, Archangel Michael coming on through. So do be looking for also those synchronicities coming through his number, any combination of one, especially 1111, 111, okay? And when you get it coming in with the zeros, that signifies special spiritual gifts. So really pay attention to new beginnings that could be coming on your path that are very special spiritual gifts that open up a whole new pathway for you to go down that will bring some kind of real true growth and also prosperity in your life. I got, okay? So it feels like maybe you were dealing with some difficult people, and this was actually really distracting you from being able to head down that direction where you could experience growth. And I feel like especially in the arena of financial prosperity, this coming in, all right? So you got protection here. Let's check it out. Let's get more details for Cancer. Okay, what's coming in for Cancer angels? What is the message you have for them? What do you want them to be aware of? We got this one card here. Six of Wands. I love this. Look at this. Okay, so this is really, you're just on your way. Okay. And sometimes it really is that simple. Like, I feel like you were dealing with a situation where you struggled with it for quite a while. And then you realized, you know, wait a minute. Maybe it's the fact that I'm engaging with this and I'm holding space for it, that it's having a negative impact on my life. What if I just tried pulling out? What happens? I think you did that. And this is actually what's leading to your success. Okay. So where you were dealing with people who were really directing some negative energy your way. It does say here, God who took evil. So there may have been people around you as well who didn't have the best of intentions. And I don't know why I'm noticing this right here. It almost looks like this angel is riding a broom, even though it's not a broom, okay? But it's giving me that vibe. So you may have felt like you were dealing with some kind of witchy people who were perhaps throwing around some stuff, throwing around some magic, trying to manipulate situations, where you did find yourself in some kind of spiritual warfare type situation. I feel like you're fine, you know. They can't touch you. They can't touch you with that hot topic, hot pocket. Yeah, I think you just kind of see it all as silly, to be honest with you. I'm getting this vibe, like you just feel like everything that's been going on has been really petty. Okay, petty. And there's a sense of immaturity around it. Like you really feel like the behavior has been childish and uncalled for. All right. And good for you, because that's really when you move into that place of self mastery where you really decide, like, I don't have to have this rule my life. I can simply pull my energy back. But I do feel like you may have been setting up some prayers, or you might have been doing your own kind of alchemy work. I feel particularly around just protection. You know, maybe you've been paying more attention to having good energetic boundaries. You've been pulling your energy back on a practical level too, just giving yourself some space from people. That was the key for you, all right? It's clearing the blockages from your past. So whatever you've been doing to kind of clear out that energy, you're right on target with it, all right? It's going to bring things into alignment for you. It's going to get you racing ahead to victory, okay? And we do see that there's some kind of union here in the main frame with the Two of Cups, a desire to bring something into balance, perhaps experience a sense of healing, reconciliation, or just feeling like, yeah, you know, we're back in a good place again. I feel like you're going to have this come on through for you, okay? I think everything here is being preserved. You may have even felt like there were some people that were trying to interfere in your relationship or create division between you and someone who's really close to your heart. There's 8 on the clock when I said that. And look, we got that kind of like 8 energy mirrored here. I mean, it's pretty wild. I feel like this is totally protected for you, okay? You don't need to worry about this. I think you moved correctly. The best thing you could have done was just to pull yourself out of the drama, because right there, it really makes it clear where the problem is, okay? And there might have been something like this. There might have been people kind of trying to seed your lover's consciousness with doubt about you, or somebody that you feel really close to, okay? Somebody you feel a deep affinity with the Two of Cups. This would be somebody who's like part of your soul family, somebody who's really close to your heart. You may have felt like there were people who were trying to put a wedge between you and this person. All right. I feel like you don't need to worry about that. Like whatever, you know, you are meant to bring into being with this person, maybe you're working on something with this person, or your energies are meant to come together because there's something you're creating with each other. I don't know why I'm getting it coming in like that, but it is. Whatever you're working on with this person that kind of got an interruption because there were other people involved who were just stirring up problems in this situation, you don't need to worry about it. Whatever you're invested in with this person is going to come to fruition, okay? You made really smart moves. The best thing you did was just pull yourself out of the argument. That's the best thing you did, because it made matters very clear. And it really highlighted where the problem was coming from. So well done, okay? Now we do have like a Queen of Wands in reverse in this situation, okay? So this is like the other woman kind of energy, mistress kind of energy. We did bring in the witchy piece. Okay, so this would be somebody who's not moving correct on that level, you know, throwing around some manipulative magic, maybe try and cause some problems. This could be somebody who also is like acting as a seductress in some way, trying to, you know, lure somebody in. I don't know why I'm getting this, but I'm picking up some burlesque vibes here with the feathers. It's reminding me of feather fans, you know, like before the great reveal. So I don't know if that's a clue for somebody. All right. There might be somebody who has some secrets in this situation, and they've been trying to keep this hidden because they know that if this came out, it could create a lot of trouble in their life. I think they've also been pretty stressed out about this as well. Okay. This could have been who's been trying to manipulate a situation. This could be like a witchy type person. They might have been throwing some magic around, trying to stir up some seeds of dissension. All right. I don't feel like this energy is going to be able to interfere. This could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius that's been creating some complication in this situation. All right. Something to look into here. One more round of this, and then I think we're going to get some clarification. It was 11:22 on the clock. I keep getting this vibe that maybe there was somebody who was attracted to, the person you were involved with, or was this person's mistress. Some desire, okay? Some desire here to be the apple of that person's eye. Oh my gosh, 11:44 on the clock, right? And they were trying to manifest this. It could have been somebody who was like trying to use seduction to lure somebody away from you, or it could have been they were throwing around some love workings, some come to me spells. I don't know. But whatever they tried to do, it wasn't effective. This didn't work. Okay, this did not work, and it's not going to stop you from coming into total alignment with this person or continuing to have strength in your relationship. Look, you got Michael here. Archangel Michael is guarding you. I felt that Michael energy around you with the Chariot. You very well could be on the Cancer Leo cusp too. I keep picking up that energy pretty strongly. You might have Leo factoring strongly in your chart somewhere, this piece coming in, okay? But wherever you were having conflict and you were facing a lot of obstacles, I also got controversy, so I don't know where that's coming from. I feel like this is being overcome, and it's because you didn't allow yourself to be part of the problem. You didn't help add fuel to the fire, you just pulled your energy back. You knew that others would reveal who they were if you just let them kind of like, that's what you got to do sometimes. You just got to give people enough rope and they'll hang themselves. That's usually the way that works, okay? All right, one more round, and then we're going to do a cut of the deck, and I'll call on the Archangel Tarot and see what we got for clarification, because I do feel like you're moving away from a troubled time, okay? Some union is getting back on the right foot. Nobody was able to kind of like drive a wedge between you and this person. Something is definitely renewing here, healing here. That's really good. Positive energy. Okay, what do we got? We have the Ten of Swords in reverse. Okay, so somebody wanted to really keep you trapped in this cycle of just continually being put in a position of having to work through this pain over and over and over again, of having all of these daggers, like shot at your back here. But I feel like you're giving this up. Like you don't feel a need to go over, everything that happened back there. It's like, have you been through painful experiences in your life? Yes. And there's also this part that I feel like maybe at one time you used to be a little bit more self-indulgent in that regard. Like you really needed to be with your pain for a while. And some may say that you stayed there for too long, but in some way, we never can really rush our healing process. We just have to respect the pace that it goes at and go with the flow. And I feel like you didn't try to rush it, and you might have wallowed a little bit. I am picking up this vibe that you stayed in a painful cycle for a bit too long, maybe because it was really connected to somebody who was close to your heart. And so in some ways, it can be kind of strange, but I think this will make sense to you. In some ways, that pain is something that's like a shared experience. And so even though there's been a release and a connection and it hurts, that pain is a shared experience. So in a strange way, it still remains like a unifying point. Does that make sense to you? And I think you needed time to sit with this because it was really hard to let go of this person. You know, it's interesting. There might be a coming together that rises out of this, though, that's somehow connected to this person in a new way. And it's because you have a new perspective here that's coming in for somebody. But I don't feel like you're in this place of suffering anymore. I think you looked at it long enough. You know, you really needed to do that, though. And it was important that you did that. Maybe you were more used to coming from a place of anger in the past in relation to this, and you hadn't really let yourself just totally like let go and move into the grief of it. And because of that, you stayed there a little bit longer, you know? You stayed there a little bit longer. You may have even judged yourself about that a bit, like why can't I let go of this pain? Why does this still hurt? You understood at some point, though, that you could free yourself as soon as you were ready to do that. And I see that you did that. Okay. It looks good. Yeah. Look at this. Oh my goodness. The world. You brought it to completion. You brought it to a close. You closed the karmic cycle. And this is what's opening up the new doorway that leads toward your future and a successful outcome on the other side of this. I also feel like you had to really be more flexible in a situation because it looks like you were dealing with people who were not willing to compromise at all. Maybe people that were being very selfish, they can only see things their way. And so you allowed yourself to become more flexible. You started to recognize that if you engaged in that with them, that it would just lead to gridlock. And there's something about you letting go that allowed the solution to come forward, which is a really beautiful message. And you could have been dealing with a Taurus, you could have been dealing with a Leo. Again, you could be a Cancer, Leo, cusper, or have a significant Leo placement in your chart. You could have been dealing with a Scorpio or an Aquarius, but something is being completed here, okay? And this is starting to set you on the track of moving on up into your north node, which is wonderful, okay? Because from here, it's only up. You're bringing forward a lot of wisdom too with what you learned. And like I was saying, it's interesting here. It says success in all ventures. So like I said, you might be coming together with somebody to work on a particular project. And maybe there was something that was getting in the way of this happening. Oh, I got sentience around that. There could have been interference in this regard, but I feel like you're getting back on the same page with this, and it looks really good moving forward. Okay, let me go ahead and do a cut of this deck, and then we'll do one round of the Archangel cards to see what comes through. Ace of Wands, here's the new beginning. You're going to take the action. I love this. It's like a crowning moment for you. So it's like, yes, well done. You know, you integrated those lessons and now it's up to the next level. And there's going to be a lot of growth coming in for you. You're definitely moving out of the time of feeling a lot of loss and moving through some heavy emotions. That's starting to clear out. I also think you know that what you're stepping into now, though you are taking a bold action in a particular direction, it's going to take a little time for it to unfold. And I think you're okay with that. You don't feel like the need to rush anything. You're starting to trust the timing more because you're noticing the connection points and how things need to line up just so. I'm just seeing crazy like number synchronicities here as I'm doing your read too. I'm seeing 222. At one point, I've seen 2-2, I've seen 3-3, okay, so 4-4, these have all been coming in for you, so a lot of synchronicity. Pay attention to that when you have those master numbers come in because they're building blocks for your future. It means whatever's happening at that time when you have that information coming in for you in your environment, you need to pay attention because it's something very key in you building, you know, the steps that lead up to that north node, right? Really good energy here. Yes, so you don't need to worry, okay? The heavy times are over. You're moving on up, and look at this, Nine of Cups. Yeah. There is some kind of real deep personal fulfillment coming through for you. And there is something that's going to come in and it's going to pour into you and just really fill you up and make you feel like, yes, there is a divine order to things. Like there is justice in the world. Like things can be made right. And it's sort of like a renewal of faith for you. I feel you might have felt at times like your faith was challenged. There's some kind of deep healing that's happening here for you. All right. Deep healing. It's really beautiful. All right. This is coming on through. And I feel like it's especially coming in the area of a relationship that's very dear to your heart, where there was separation created by some outside interference, this like witchy seductress character. So I'm glad you're getting to the other side of that. That's a good thing. All right. Okay, so let's see. Let's just get around here the Archangel cards. And I'm calling these in for you because these are a little bit softer, a little bit sweeter, and they just deliver messages with a bit more kindness. And I did feel that kind of real softness and gentleness when I dipped into the Cancer collective energy. So I felt like bringing these in. So let's just see. Why don't you tell Cancer what's up ahead? So it looks like there's some new doorway opening for you. 22 on the clock. Again, there's that alignment, building block for your future. I would say that's a confirmation. That's a yes. And this means you're coming into alignment with somebody in particular, okay? It could be a couple of people you're coming into alignment with, actually. So this looks really good. In some cases, it's a couple of couples coming together and working things out, getting on the same page and creating peace, maybe in a family dynamic, okay? So what do we got on the bottom of the deck here? Three of Gabriel, okay? This is like the Three of Wands energy. So you were hoping for this kind of positive outcome. It's coming in and it does bring a lot of prosperity, a lot of growth. Like I was saying, it says prosperity arising from wise planning, time to take the next step, optimistic plans that turn out as expected. So you were hoping for this, and what you were hoping for is certainly coming in. So this is wonderful. Look for there to be a lot more financial flow coming into your life as well. So whatever this venture is that you're about to launch with another, it will be very successful. I feel like you're doing something in partnership with another. You're on the same page. This could be something that involves commerce, like something done online. It was 23:23 on the clock when I brought that in, okay? So yes, this is a big change, but it'll be very successful. It's something you're meant to launch at this time. And I am seeing like shipping things out. So there's some quality, that has to do with this kind of commerce, if you're thinking of opening up some kind of like online shop, anything like this where you have to do something involving shipping and handling, I think this is going to be super successful for you, right? I think maybe where you have started to develop this, you're really going to recognize that your business plan was on point. You might have worked on this a bit, really tried to like map out when you were going to launch certain things. Wherever you got organized in this regard, it's paying off, and you're, really approaching your marketing in the right way with this thing too. I see a lot of success around it. Looks really good. Look for an uptick in orders for those of you that are moving on that level, okay? Either way, this is, the outcome you were hoping for coming in. And it looks like you were hoping truly for an outcome that would be best for everybody. So I love where your mind is at. I almost want to say Capricorn. You could have been dealing with a Capricorn. You could be a Capricorn rising. This could be speaking very strongly for you. Okay, well done. Right, this is coming in reverse right here. What do we got? Nine of Raphael. Okay, so this is like the wish card, okay? And it's in reverse. So I feel like you might have been struggling a little bit with wanting to see like, the reward, that fulfillment, like of this hope you had, it's just going to take a little bit longer. All right. I feel like that's how the angels are going to be working with you. They're going to help you be patient. Just trust that you're doing the right thing by just letting go and letting things flow as they're meant to be. You know, have faith that your wish is going to be fulfilled. I do feel like you've made some wishes. You might have made a special wish upon a star. When we had the last meteor shower, you may have really made a very significant wish on one of those stars shooting through the sky. When was that? Was that in July? Was that back in July? It might have been around Leo season. Okay, I don't know why the Leo piece is coming in really strongly, but it is. It's coming in, okay? You just got to give it a little bit of time. You just got to give it a little bit of time. I'm really cluing into this border collie here. So I don't know if there is some piece involving a border collie. And look at this. It looks like, you know, almost like Hawaii. This really reminds me of the Hawaii coastline. So I don't know. That might be very significant for somebody there. If you had a border collie and you had to lay your border collie down, they're sending their love, okay? That coming through. And if your wish has something to do with Hawaii, going to Hawaii, moving to Hawaii, I don't know why this is coming in. You're going to make it happen, okay? It's just going to take a little bit of time for this to come on through for you. Just be patient. Things are being lined up in the perfect way. This could have been some dispute about some property in Hawaii too. I'm getting this coming in. Could have been a family dispute about it, and you're discovering that you have access to this property, that things are being ironed out in this regard. That's good, okay? That coming in for somebody. Let me do a cut of the deck here and see what we got to cap this off. 3 of Michael. Okay, so this is what you're in the process of doing right now. Continue to just release the past, let go of the pain. Trust that growth is going to come from this situation, and where there's been wounding, time heals all wounds. Okay, so this is just about giving a little bit more time for things to play out. You'll see what's on the other side of it, and you won't be disappointed. And right here we have 9 of Michael on the other side. So yes, just know everything's being taken care of here, right? There's a need for you really to drop your worry at this time. Okay, stop creating your future in that way, because that's what worries are. Worries are a type of wish, okay? So don't put your energy on that. Just really renew your faith. And the more that you take the risk to renew your faith and trust, you're going to find everything is going to line up perfectly. Synchronicity will come in for you to give you reassurance that don't worry, you know, you got your spirit team on it. Focus on what you want the outcome to be. Focus on a win-win situation. Focus on the best possible outcome where everybody gets what they need in a situation. I feel like you're dealing with some kind of family situation here, or something that involves like your friend circle. It doesn't feel like it's just about you. So just trust that if you hold that as your intention, that everybody gets exactly what they need in this situation, it'll turn out beautifully for you. And let go of all the guilt and the regrets and the disappointments, and just release it to the angels and ask them to transform it. And with 2911, when I brought that in, they'll bring it all into alignment for you.